Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barakahak Wadash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the Brother Ra'aya with another video. And in this video, I'll be profiling a few clips just to show that biblical prophecy continues to take place. There will be a second civil war in the United States of America, and we can see that, tensions amongst these Edomites, or so-called white people, these white Americans, is flaring up from the economy, to the presidential election coming up, the migrant crisis, the list goes on and on. And with these clips, it's just going to further show that division that's growing between these American Edomites. But the first clip I'll be playing is from the Brother Arrows of Indignation's YouTube channel, and it's simply titled, Listen Up. And for the clip that he's profiling, this is a fair use copyright disclaimer. I do not own any of the footage in this clip, nor do I stand to gain from it monetarily. It is simply for educational purposes. And with this Edomite that's about to speak in this clip, hey, a lot of them have this sentiment. They see that, their birthright, the great old United States of America, is quickly falling apart and slipping through their fingers. And it's only going to be so much longer before these patriotic red-blooded Americans just stay talking. They're eventually going to go to throwing lead because, hey, the powers that be are just pushing and pushing and pushing and taking more and more away from these people to where, as the old saying goes, pressure busts pipes. But here's this clip.
So I want you guys to do me a favor. You already know that I'm a member of the House of Representatives under Marjorie Taylor Greene. I may volunteer for her, but I know stuff, and that's why they mess with me. I've gotten letters from President Trump. I've gotten letters from him, signed by him in 2020. But I do know a lot of stuff that's going to happen before it happens. I've been studying this since 2008, but I want we the people to listen to me and listen to me now. There's not going to be an election. There's not going to be. They're not going to allow it to be. There's going to be a WAR in the home and the land of America.
A WAR in the home in the land of America. What does that sound like? A civil war. And not just that, but you've got a lot of foreign troops and, sleeper cells coming in with those migrants across the border. So there's going to be that whole other aspect to it as well. It's going to be a complete free-for-all in the United States of America. And really, it doesn't matter whether there's an election or not, whether Joe Biden or somebody else wins the presidency for the Democrats or Trump comes back as a Republican. They're all just puppets for the elites. And the elites' agenda is to take down the United States of America to further establish that NW0, that great RESET, where you will own nothing and be happy eating on those bugs.
I honestly think that the people themselves, they need to exercise their Second Amendment. You need to exercise that Second Amendment right that you have.
And you know exactly what that Second Amendment is. Hey, as I think it was Charlton Heston, who's a Edomite actor, who's a big proponent of the NRA, or the National Rifle Association, said, "You're going to have to take it out of my cold, dead hands." That's exactly what they want.
We need to pick a date and an event to where we exercise our Second Amendment right. And we the people should stand up. If you don't stand up, you're going to regret that later. But for now, I I think me and my little boy need to be put under protection. I love you guys. I'm saying this because I care about everyone else, and I'm putting my life at risk. And I just, I already go through a lot already. I open carry as well. There's reasons why I open carry. I can still carry an open carry because of things like this. So, everyone, please stand up for what's right. And if you love your kids' futures, you love America, please stand up. Please stop sitting and watching videos after videos, and doing nothing about tomorrow. You're waiting on someone else that's not going to make a move. You have to be that change. You cannot wait on the next person. You need to think of a game plan. You need to think of tomorrow. Our president, that we love so much, is not going to win that election because they're not going to let him. He's the winner. He is the winner. But President Trump is not going to be able to win because they're not going to let him, because there's not going to be an election. So do what's right and help me save America. You are we the people, and you are a 1776 Declaration of Independence citizen of America. Remember that law. Now say, right after me, I want you to repeat this. The 1776 Declaration of Independence states that if we the people find the government destructive or disruptive to our happiness, that we the people have the right to abolish and recreate government.
And while that's a statement in the Declaration of Independence to this current governmental structure, what does that sound like? Talks of rebellion, talks of sedition, talks of somebody who would be deemed an enemy of the state. This is all a part of biblical prophecy. This is 2 Esdras chapter 15 in the Apocrypha. I'm going to read verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. And the definition for that word sedition is conduct or speech inciting open rebellion against a ruling authority or monarch. Let's run it back.
Say, right after me, I want you to repeat this. The 1776 Declaration of Independence states that if we the people find the government destructive or disruptive to our happiness, that we the people have the right to abolish and recreate government.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And your modern day kings and princes are these people in the government, the mayors, governors, senators, the president, as well as the authorities like the military or the police that uphold the system. Hey, once this thing pops off, hey, ain't nobody going to be concerned with a badge or what, a suit and a tie. A lot of them people in the government are who these, patriotic Americans are going to be coming after, because they see that you're the ones that sold them out, that sold their children's future out, their grandchildren's future, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Hey, every man's going to do what he believes is best in that day, which involves what? I'm going to read verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. And that one people standing up and fighting against another goes into a multitude of things. One race of people standing up and fighting against another, which racial skirmishes are going to take place in America. As it says in Matthew chapter 24, nation shall rise against nation. Political party against another, red versus blue, Republican versus Democrat, class warfare with the rich versus the poor, and, political violence with the average working Joe, so to speak, going against those in the government. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and swords in their hands. And that modern day sword in America is what? That gun. And I'm sure you've seen those bumper stickers around with the AR-15 that says Molan Labe underneath it, which is Greek for what? Come and take them. Hey, it's going to go from words to actual actions taking place. But that's it with that first clip. I'm going to play the second clip from the brother House of Mourning 144 Ba's YouTube channel, simply titled, Listen Up, Esau. And this is another perspective. The first Edomite was patriotic, talking about saving America. And this Edomite-looking female in this clip is talking about, hey, it's over. There's no saving America. We're going to have to accept what's coming our way. And more likely than not, it's not going to be good. And hey, what does it say in Mark chapter 3, verses 24 to 25? And it's in red letters, so it's Yahushai, the Son of the Most High speaking, whom the world ignorantly refers to as so-called Jesus. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And when I play this clip, you're going to see two wildly differing opinions in the United States of America, a clear division. And whenever you see that map during the presidential elections showing the voting lines, it's damn near a 50-50 split. And like I've been saying throughout the video, it's going to go from words to actually throwing lead. But let's see this division. And shit, even within the, house of the Edomites, the race of the Edomites, they're divided. This is an Edomite-looking woman, talking about the detriment that their forefathers had and how they're no longer going to benefit from white privilege and that war is the only thing that's really going to make things better. These Edomites, aren't on one accord anymore. But again, even though this is a clip on another brother's page, this is a fair use copyright disclaimer. I do not own any of the footage in this clip, nor do I stand to gain from it monetarily. It is simply for educational purposes.
I don't know how else to tell my demographic of people that it's over. I don't know how clearer I can say it to us than to say, it's over. Our control, our power, our privilege, it's over. It's over. And it doesn't matter if you have a Democrat or a Republican in the House, whomever is in control will only push us closer and closer to our inevitable end, which is civil war. And I smile and smirk because I'm ready for that. It is the only way that we're going to get to what we need in order to live in this country. And to be honest, white people, we might not be welcome here when it's all said and done. Are you ready for that? That's if you even accept that we're going into civil war.
And the only thing for you Edomites after your rulership's over is 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery before your permanent culling from this planet. And every single Edomite in the United States of America is going to have to get reincarnated back into the kingdom because a lot of y'all are going to get killed off with these different calamities that are about to take place. The civil wars, martial law, but ultimately from those nuclear missiles that are going to hit this place and turn it into a barren, desolate wasteland. But what has this lady been saying? That war is coming. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And that's not talking about the ancient Egyptians who were Hamites or so-called Africans, Mizraim. This is talking about those modern-day spiritual Egyptians as pursuant to Revelation 11, verse 8. These American Edomites, because the United States of America is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, as well as Babylon the Great in the scriptures. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother. House be divided, cannot stand, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. If a kingdom be divided against itself, it cannot stand. And as it said back in verse 15 of 2nd Esdras 15, with swords in their hands.
And you can survive that part. Y'all are too busy hanging on to the privilege of our grandparents, thinking that if you just continue just to hold on for dear life, everything will go back to the Leave It the Beaver racist ways when we all had privilege and we were in control and on top of society. No, the pandemic took care of that. My message to white people is get ready. Get prepared. Figure out what side you're on and be 10 toes down. Because regardless of what
Figure out what side you're on and be 10 toes down to it. Hey, stick by it.
you're holding on to from the past, the future is war, and it's coming.
And we'll leave it on that note. So with this video, I hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified. Just keep strong. As we can clearly see, we are almost out of this final wicked captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites, primarily from the United States of America. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.